Welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gomer and am a podcast engineer here, and excited to bring you another episode of the World of Ability that we do here every Saturday at 1 o'clock Central, and a little bit of a little bit of my connection here is that I do have the autism diagnosis, and also a part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, and which is and help with putting on a yearly adult autism conference in the fall. And if anybody is interested in that, let me know. I do have a website that is integralautism.org. And they do have different speakers, discussion time, and so on. So if anybody's interested in that, please let me know. However, we do have, I guess, just starting out with a few updates and or reminders here. I do have some great things and events coming up. First, starting off with this coming Friday, January 31st. I will be connecting with BraveHearts TV, and so they're having an event with the founder. So you can join us to meet the founder of BraveHearts TV. And by that, it is it's coming Friday at 2 o'clock Central. And I guess I can maybe bring up everybody website here. A second to bring it up here. But the website is braveheartstv.org. So let's see, we have Anne joining us here. So welcome, Marianne.
Happy Saturday, Emily. Who else is on the podcast today?
Just you at the moment. But I think we're only having a guy named Bob, and I think Bob coming on, maybe Robert Petro, and we'll see who else decides to join us here. But
Okay, well, when more people join, then I'll join. I'm not gonna sit here and do talking about stuff until other people join.
Okay.
So did you get a list of the athletes?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, when you work on that, that will bring more people to the podcast.
Yeah, well, if I can get did you get a response from Jay or anybody? Because I can forward.
No, I haven't.
So we'll see if they have the list or will give it to us. And
Okay, well, Leon's in Hawaii. I hope he joins us just the latter part of the podcast. And he can give us an update with Hawaii and the fundraising, et cetera. So I'm still editing my book, so I'm gonna hold off and other people join and make this podcast successful later.
later. So I was saying with Marianne was coming on here. I reshare my screen for next Friday about BraveHearts TV. Um, that is a diverse collection of online shows, from humor and sports to business, and beyond. They are looking to educate, inspire, and empower. Um, and their mission, save our stories, transform lives. And so they showcase a demonstrated podcast TV content, um, from thrills of sports and insights of business to laughter of humor and warmth of family tales. And they're rooted in a commitment to support families battling adversity. And where every moment you spend with us contributes to a greater cause. So whether we're seeking knowledge, inspiration, lifestyle tools, or simply more our own story. So got a lot of different shows on here as well. This a little bit here. So they have their head. They had to bring in for a series of resilience, courage, and hope. I've left and empower presents to be a leading global platform for family and personal growth entertainment. And a vision of roller stars, bravery, and heart are the norm, not the exception. And so supporting families. And our partnership BraveHearts for kids. And that's someone. So that is the first thing we are going to be talking about, or the first event. All these different things. So that's our first event here. The other things are that the disability channel is going to be having a fundraiser on February 2nd. It is a veteran fundraiser. Trying to bring up something here. Show everybody. Oh, well, here's being a little slow. So this is the fundraiser and refrigerator, the vet stock. The fundraiser for veterans on February 2nd. And they are going to be having some different musical groups on here, like Fraser Newcomb, Randy Wine, Special Agent Sunshine, and others like the Mighty One, Ryan Zallo, Shalane Stemner, and so on. And so there is fundraiser for veterans. It's an employment pilot. It's going to be at the White Rock, I can't talk today. White Rock Legion 8 in British Columbia. And cost is $10, and the donations will go to the veterans programs in British Columbia. And the doors open at 1 p.m. Eastern. Or yeah, 1 p.m. I believe that's Eastern, or is that Pacific? It's from 2 to 6. And there's going to be $8,000 in giveaways to veterans. On the Disability Channel on SiriusXM. And it's going to be a silent auction. So it is, looks like doors open at 1 p.m. Pacific. And the event is from 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific. So that'd be doors open at 3 Central. And the event would be from 4 to 8 Central. And we door purchase 50-50 draw. So I guess there's a golden guitar and more as part of the silent auction. And there's a disability channel, the leader in the disability issues and solutions. To the disability channel, along with all their voice training and experiences in media. And Disability Channel has extensive network contacts such as SiriusXM, Big Records, Veterans House, and My Home TV. And many persons with disabilities, many persons with disabilities are veterans, and so this Fetch Talk fundraiser is to help raise money for them. And that's all. This fundraiser is there will be also a great chance to see live performances of great artists, like a few of ones that I mentioned, like Fraser and Special Agent Sunshine, Shalane and someone, Andy Mine. And so that is another thing that we have going on as well. After that, the TAC is also going to, or the Disability Channel is also going to be on Media Row at the Super Bowl. And which is February 9th. And just coming up really soon here. And then after that, the Disability Channel is going to be in Vancouver for the Invictus Games, which are February 8th through the 16th. In the Whistler area. So I had page up for Invictus Games minutes ago. Here we go. So I'm sure this is everybody as well. So the Invictus Games. So we're gonna have people like Katy Perry, Noah Kahan, Nelly Furtado, performing live there, as well as Philly Layer Jelly. Other all Veronic ladies or in Trudy, living at the closing ceremony. So I'm kind of scared. The Victims Games are also made in Whistler from Vancouver. The six starters for a school in teamwork, both winter and car adaptive sports. So I guess this is going to be the first of our winter hybrid games. And so moving to Spurs recovery, sports rehabilitation professors respect for those who serve our country. So the Invictus Games have been in different places, like in Düsseldorf, Germany, among other places. But it will bring together up to 550 competitors from up to 25 nations, who will compete in adaptive sports, including new winter sports such as alpine skiing and snowboarding, Nordic skiing, the biathlon, skeleton, and wheelchair curling. In addition to the core Invictus Games sports of indoor rowing, sitting volleyball, swimming, wheelchair rugby, wheelchair basketball. And we're gonna go to more here. Nice. Oh, slow today. There right now. I see. Um, but so yeah, the disability channel is going to, well, we're waiting for my computer here. Disability channel is going to be part of the media team for the Invictus Games, which were started in 2014 by Prince Harry.
What is a life-changing event? It's something that has the power to transform your life forever. From that moment forward, nothing is the same. This is the power of the Invictus Games.
Sport has the ability to heal, to change lives, and to save lives.
I am Patrick Levy. The Invictus Games changed my life.
Okay, let it stop here. Right, video stopped here. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Invictus Games. So here are some of the facilities and that's and the different events are going to be in the Vancouver Convention Center, Hillcrest Center, UBC Aquatic Center, Rogers Arena, the BC Place. I guess the Convention Center will host the wheelchair basketball, rugby, indoor rowing, and sitting volleyball. The Hillcrest Center We'll have the show curling. The aquatic center will be having something that's some sort of swimming. And the PC place will host the opening ceremony, and the Rogers Arena will host the closing ceremony. Oh, here we go. And there's the Whistler Blackcomb, Whistler Olympic Park, Whistler Sledding Center. So Whistler Blackcomb is North America's largest ski resort. And they're two side-by-side mountains offering for 8,000 acres of terrain and receiving 65 inches of snow annually. Oh well. So that's where alpine skiing and snowboarding will be. Whistler Mountain, Whistler Olympic Park will be where the Nordic skiing and biathlon competitions will be. And the Whistler Sliding Center will be where the skeleton competitions are. Okay, and there's Rockets Games, the International Spring Competition. So the Invictus Games it's the national competition for wounded, injured service personnel and veterans. It is about creating a culture in which competitors and their families are valued, respected, and receive support. Our purpose through our actions demonstrate our commitment to reconciliation, inclusion, and ESG. So the mission of the Invictus Games is about delivering a world-class event and to inspire recovery, support, rehabilitation, and enduring a wider understanding and respect for those who serve our country. And so that's just about that. Go to, so there is a Invictus Games Foundation as well, invictusgamesfoundation.org. I'll show everybody too here quick. Oh, here. Screen's open here. So yeah, it's 2014. There are 5,000 members in the Invictus community. So I guess there have been 6 Invictus Games, 25 nations. So the heart of Invictus is the criminal story of players brought together through service who are now united through sports. That was led by Prince Harry. So I guess here some of the contributors here of the Invictus Games here. Gabe here. As far as Invictus, I guess there's a documentary series called The Heart of Invictus. Case studies here. You see. And contributor and support from partners. Your so I guess Invictus Games are be in Birmingham in 2027. That's been in Dusseldorf, Sydney, London, The Hague, which I think is the Netherlands, Toronto and Orlando. And so yeah, this is but it's gonna be and that we are it is coming up here. And then also another thing that is coming up is Festivus in February. That the Kraskov family has been doing for the last 28 or 20 plus years. It is going to be it's a hybrid event, and it's about providing a memorable experience, whether it's joy, excitement, food, and fun. And so here is it starts the Friday. So it's February 7th, 8th, and 9th. Starting at 5 p.m. Central. On Friday. And going through Sunday evening. With different games, so the scavenger hunt, scavenger hunt, shakedown, picture judging from the scavenger hunt, and then there's also other things like airing of grievances, and so on. So we'd to have everybody join us. Whether that's in person or on Zoom. And yeah, the Festivus in February is a spin-off from Festivus that came from from the Seinfeld episode. And is a fun time. So I urge everybody to join us for that. As well. Kurt or Sue, do you have anything you'd like to say about what's coming up? You're there? So if anybody has any questions, comments, and so on, you're welcome to reach out to me. Can call or text me at 608-886-9801. And any questions, comments, and so on. And guess just checking about the disability channel and so on here. Bring up show everybody. The channel website here. We also have a number of different podcasts during the week as well. Such as besides also I have ADH Mission Monday, connected with Project Diehard on Monday evenings. Which actually to go back and I have a graphic here to show everybody that lists all of the those here. Okay, show everybody here. Let me see if I can. I can bring it up here. Yesterday we just had revolutionize your marketing and choose greater health. And here we go. Yeah, and as I was saying, Mondays is the Day on Monday, with Patrick Dayard, as well as on the first and third Monday, we have PPL with Santa. So kind of join us, Dr. Santa, Raquel Santa. Santa can help you. Uh, Tuesday mornings, we have the SB Bridge Show, which is connected with likely diagnosis Asperger's or autism, and lifestyle stuff connected with that. Tuesday evenings, we have the World of Pets, which is all about our connected with our furry friends. Wednesday morning, we have Master of Connections, our own Alan Holmes, who's our Master Connector. So actually I like to call him. And right after Alan, so we have Who Cares, Who Cares, with Todd Lingle, who is with the Cares Foundation, which is all about youth education, with things connected with drunk driving, and is looking to put camps in every state around the US. And then Wednesday evening, we have the MK Now and the TDC Today Show. The TDC Today Show is connected with the Disability Channel. And What Came Down is more of a radio show. And then Thornton Fridays, we have Choose Greater Health. And then every Friday, we have Revolutionize Your Marketing with John Petros Sr. Out on the East Coast. And then new show I just started. I just launched last week, Social Wealth and Health Solutions, which I believe is going to be second and fourth Sunday. As always, we call it crypto. And and believe we are going to start at least one or two other shows here in the next month or so here as well. And so if anybody is interested in starting their own show, it'd be happy to help in that regard. So these are with so everybody's welcome to join us on the shows. So if you're interested to please let me know. And we can get that taken care of. And so we've had some great guests coming on. And so we're always looking for guests to come on our show. So I'd love to have anybody join us. And so then one of the also bring this up. One of the things that we do every single day is the 12 o'clock shakedown. So just a couple hours ago, we were doing it. So I'm at the I have a shakedown page here, Facebook page, and I would love for everybody to join us. We do it on we are on Zoom. So if you're interested in joining us on Zoom, so I can get you the link for that. Also, our live streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and so on. So anybody could come on any time, see past shakedowns. So the shakedown is about just and moving. It is 15 music. I can talk here. 15 minutes of music and motion. Now you don't need to necessarily do exactly what everybody else is doing. It's just moving, getting up, and moving instead of sitting and on spud for hours on end. And it was started by someone here in Madison who has MS. So at the beginning of COVID, he had felt the effects of having to stay in and not go out and usual like moving because of COVID. And so he ended up getting a few friends together here and do this just 15 minutes. And just in like last year or so, his schedule kind of changed with stuff opening up more, after COVID and stuff, so actually have Susan leading it. But also our friend Mark, who comes on, has also been after 15 minutes, around 15 minutes to tell us about like fun holidays, or fun things going on, as well as like musician or famous people's birthdays, along with any little thing like trivia, and so on. And then after that, it's just social time. Just gonna hang out for however long anybody else to hang out. So everybody's welcome to join us for any part of this. And but they join us. It's kind of really fun. Do it every single day, including Saturday and Sunday, holidays, and so on. And it is fun. I always like everybody to join us. That is another thing we have going on. Something else that we are a part of is the mutual aid network. And every quarter there is put on have a solidarity summit. Let me here. So it is about creating opportunities to support each other's livelihood, and being able to do what we had like in the world. So humans united in mutual networks. Is a cooperative. And it's all about helping everybody find and succeed in what they want to do. Community support. And it's kind of helping people with financially, and so we do have a marketplace here where you can offer any services, or if you need help with something, put that on there as well. And So somebody will be able to be out there. And then we have a Solidarity Summit of Recorders. So in March, June, September, and December, we have a summit, and everybody is welcome to join us and be able to put in a request to talk about a topic, talk about right here and your organization does. And so we're open for suggestions and offerings. I also gonna have a supper club connected here as well. And so every quarter, it's always on the weekend closest to the solstice or the equinox. So the one that's just coming up in a couple of months here, in March, I believe, is going to be the 15th and 16th. March the 15th and 16th, which is a Saturday and Sunday. And it is also very sense about having a place to be able to each other and work together. Together or harmonious to build a better neighborly economy. And so Hurt and I are board members of those Humans United Mutual Networks. And so far we have the supper club as well as topic of mutual aid after a disaster, from chaos and survival to sovereignty and thrival. Those things are on Saturday. And then so far on Sunday, we have a mutually supported arts roundtable. I believe also it's not on here yet though. I believe it would be karaoke as well at believe like noon central, between noon and 1:30 central. So and I was welcome to if there are everybody's welcome to join us and have a discussion, have on topics. I like to, if you have a topic you like to on here, please let us know and we could get it on here. And we have also had different work groups as well. a communications work group, among others. And so I think at times in-person part as well as online. So I'd love to have everybody join us on 15th and 16th for however much you can. And so yeah, we're part of number of different groups here. Let me bring up a slideshow presentation here. Got sirens and stuff going on here. Other projects that we are part of Spirit of the Game as well. So let's use our Zoom right now. This shows all this other ones. And can get my screens all situated here. Gonna show everybody. Anyway, so that shows well as other things here. And then we are also part of a nonprofit known as FINA, which is also as People for a New America, is a nonprofit that is all about bringing people together. It's not a political group, but was founded by okay, great buttons here. Reggie Nori, who is a world-class musician, and they have their mission is about uniting for integrate social betterment groups, like-minded individuals, revitalize our communities. And I also have a university as well. And but I have private professionals it's for-profit companies, so on. Aaron or Sarah, do you have anything you'd like to say at the moment?
Up, you're talking about people for a new America. What are you getting into here? What's going on?
I was just talking about the different things we're part of, like Mutual Aid Network, FANA, Shakedown, the Invictus Games, Serviceability Channel, Festivus, different things going on and coming up. So that's what I've been sort of talking about. Is there anything you want to add, Kurt? Any?
Well, like I say, set the stage, Emily. What are you driving at? You know what we do. You know what I do. You know what you do. You know what we do. You know what is to do. You know what we have to do. So, what's going on? What are we to do? What do you have? What you plan? What's going on?
I sure was just saying everybody's welcome to different groups that we're a part of and that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. You're into kind of things, aren't you?
Sure.
Sure. Well, you know, the last couple weeks, you know, we've been waiting and waiting for. We have our friend Pasha out there, who, you know, realizes that we've got over 40 points of connection. So, where's that document? Are you revealing that today? What can we do?
I can. I mean, I emailed it to him the other day.
Well, show us the email. Come on, World of Ability. We're going to give you a day in the life of Emily Gomer. We're going to go right into the email account, and we're going to show you what Emily, as a virtual assistant, in the world, the 40 things that Emily works on as a VA, a podcast assistant, a scheduling assistant, and somebody who maybe could be more persistent. What do you think, Emily?
Let me. What's up here?
So Birdie told me that Mariana Waikiki was on here for a moment and then momentarily just bounced right off. Is that your experience?
Yeah.
So what happened?
She didn't want to be
Mariana?
Yeah, she didn't want to be on here when nobody else was on here.
Well, why? Something going on between you and Marianne? What's going on, Emily?
I don't know. It seemed like she didn't want to be on here when nobody else was on here and just talking about I don't know what. But
Oh, yes. So what do you have to do, Emily? What can we do at the World of Ability podcast to help you captivate our very own Mariana Waikiki? What can we do to make that happen?
I'm not sure
What
at the
can you
moment.
do? What can we do? You're not sure. So what are you doing? You're not sure. Where does that take you?
I was just going to screen share this document that I have of our 40 things, which I don't have
The second
just
half,
a
why not the first?
description.
Description. Okay, what's the description? Why just the second half? Why are we not doing the first? Why are we doing the first and the second? Some sort of censoring going on?
What are you talking about?
You said you're just about to show the second half of the email that you sent to Pasha. And I'm like, why is it the second half? Why isn't it both the first and the second half?
I mean, I sent him this list.
And it's a list of over 40 things that you manage as a virtual assistant, a scheduler, and a podcast assistant, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have everything on here, but some of the
Why doesn't it have everything on here? Where is the list that has everything in it? It seems like we're always putting together a puzzle. Why do
Well,
you
I can add the podcast and other things on here. I just hadn't gotten to that point of doing that.
Well, what are you waiting for, Emily? Boy, oh boy, it's January 25th, 2025. I met you the summer of 2020. And boy, oh boy, Emily, we experience you as someone who lives to lead the world in a puzzle around you. And I think Marianne is kind of saying, why does she want to connect into the world of ability when Emily's doing her part? It's mystifying, it's stupefying. It's like, why is Emily doing all this? What is all going on with Emily? We never really know. Marianne has sent you a lot of emails, and she sends you texts, and these texts are prepared you for the show, and I haven't seen the content of her texts on the show yet. What are you waiting for?
Well, some of it's just articles I'm looking at discussion with other people on the show.
Discussion with other people on the show. So right now you're having a discussion with me on the show, right?
Right.
And that's because you didn't do anything in the last week to get anybody else on the show, right?
I've invited don't know how many several people, and they never got back to me. Either that or they said they couldn't. So.
Well, you go out to our regulars of Leon, and you go out.
Well, no, I mean, I've invited at least one person that has been, well, I guess she was on one show a long time ago, but hasn't been on the World of Ability, and she had something else going on.
So who are we talking about? Who are these people? Who are we talking about?
Michelle Cleveland had something else going on during this time.
Okay, yeah, Michelle, yeah, she keeps pretty busy. Well, what does Michelle do?
She is looking to create an app about for people to call when you're in
Oh, we got somebody joining us.
Yeah, it's Marianne again.
Marianne again? I thought her name was Marianne Ambrose. Marianne Waikiki.
Yes.
Marianne Waikiki.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, it's a jubilee. Would you believe? All right. So what's going on in the world of Marianne today?
Well, I have been working with my writer, Suzanne Sims, finishing the book and editing to send to our editor in Hawaii. And Leon is in Hawaii, and I introduced Leon to the editor. And also Rio Martel from Alelo Television, who interviewed me 2 times about my books. So just really excited that I got to introduce them, and we're getting ready to proof this book for 2 last times, and then it's ready for print. So what a feeling. And yeah, it's sunny out today. We went and got some fresh vegetables at the thrift store, and they got some fundraisers going on in the community, and we're going to be doing the fundraiser on February 1st with the Parrot Heads. And they are going to fundraise for a water unit filter for Clean Water Foundation at a house party with a band. And these parent heads party with a purpose, with a cause, just like Leon is in Oahu, Hawaii, Waikiki, Hawaii, and setting up a Coffee with a Cause fundraiser in November. And followed up with the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind, as Leon's there to see if they have any questions, and we still need to get them the book. So we'll be setting up another Zoom. So we will need your World of Ability help to have that videotaped via Zoom. Yeah, everything's going good. I'm working on the Shopify store with the t-shirts. And I also had follow-up meeting with Dave Walzer from Unicorn Universe. He didn't had a no-show, but he had a reason. His car broke down, a flat tire. And so I rescheduled and I talked to Nico and kind of got the ball rolling. I apologize. I missed Friday morning with their weekly podcast, Zoom meeting, networking, as well as Jenna. I thought it was at 10 o'clock. It was 10 Eastern. And but I briefly talked with her too as well and had a one-on-one. And going back to Dave Waltzler, he received via email my books. We got a little motorcycle thing going on out here in San Carlos. And he's got the 2 books to read on his trip to Europe, and he was really excited about it. And we're moving forward to get grant funding to bring the books into animation. So yesterday I sat around on the boob tube, the YouTube, and I sent you over a dozen grants that are out there for 2025. So I've been following some people on YouTube and also with Social Security grants and what's expected with persons with disabilities receiving SSI or SSDI or Social Security. Also, I had a meeting with Derek in regards to me receiving a 1099 this year with my business. So he's going to help me file my taxes. And good news is I may be able to expense all the work that I've been working on since the pandemic. And the good news is that I kept an expense report that I shared with you, and Trevor Gibbs helped me do that. That shows everything that I have paid out to Fiverr, to the book designers, to the t-shirt designers, to the video, to the flyers, all that stuff. So I'll be meeting with Trevor Gibbs on Monday and going over that expense report and paying my writer as well. And then I'll follow up with Derek. So good things are happening. And I was really kind of jumping for joy when he told me that I could probably expense all this stuff off. And you know, being on a Social Security disability income and being a self-employed author, I think that's pretty good news. So that's what I've been up to. Kurt Roscoff and Leon should be joining us as well. So we are going to be bringing this into animation movies, and that's where we're moving it forward.
Awesome.
I did leave a couple of messages for Jay Stoyan. Also another guy named Nick, part of the Invictus Games, to find out who the athletes are. If they could give us a list of the names to invite them to be on the show, so we can bring them on. And also I'm going on another boat cruise on February 15th in San Carlos, Mexico here. It's a beautiful blue yacht. And we'll be setting that up also too on World's Waters Day. So we're trying to bring more content to the World of Ability podcast. I'd love to see the logo behind you, Emily, to know that, hey, this is the World of Ability podcast with the heart on there. instead of just sitting out there in space. And when people are like, what is this? We need to know about the world of ability.
All right. If I can, right now. So, I mean, World Water Day's coming up.
Yes, World Water Day is March 22nd. I've sent you guys flyers so you guys can post it as well. And the books will be ready to be downloaded. So I'm working, throughout the middle of the night and communicating in Pakistan and Mexico to Suzanne and our differences. And I did talk to, I text Christian Mendez, and he's done an amazing job on our website. Emily, if you'd like to pull it up. He's in the midst of the California fires, so I took it upon myself to do some editing on it. And so little by little, so great teamwork with everybody.
So we can bring up the.
There we go. That's what we'd like to see every week. Well, there you go. That's what we'd like to see every week. We want to know about the world of ability. You got to bring it down. The world of ability, we can't see that part at the top.
I can't bring it down anymore. Like, this is the way it's going to be.
Well, I'm sure you can work it out to size it, because I've had my Fiverr graphic designers size my books and everything so that it looks adaptable. You had it in the past, so it doesn't show world of ability. It just shows a world. So we need to show that this is the world of ability.
Well, I got not able to fix it right now.
So who else did you have on the show today, Emily?
Just been you so far. I thought I had a couple other people coming, but they haven't shown up yet, so.
Okay, well, why don't we take it? You have a song, Yes I Can by Lucy Lynch, and we can take a little commercial break and shine this song while we're waiting for Leon McLaughlin to join us.
I bring it up here. Can play it.
Let's give a shout out.
Let's give a shout. I am trying to bring it up here. Can I play it while we see if Leon shows up today?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm trying to bring up the song today while we're trying to take a break while we see if Leon shows up today.
Well, I hope he does. He probably will. Give a shout out to him, give him a text, send him the link again.
I sent it to him a little bit ago.
Okay, wonderful. So I did introduce him again to our editor, Lori Barth, who works at the Hawaii Attorney General's office, and grateful that she is editing the books. So I went over and printed up the book information, and I'll be sitting here and editing it and sending it over to Suzanne this weekend. So I'm ready to launch. I'm ready to get this out to the world on the World of Ability podcast. So Emily, what kind of sports are going to be happening at the Invictus Games?
I was talking about that earlier. There's like volleyball, swimming. I had it up. They're gonna be having some new ones, as well as the usual ones that they always have.
Well, what's the usual? What people don't know out there in the
Yeah,
world.
I talked about this or like at the beginning of the show.
Okay, well, we could continue to talk about it since I've joined, and people may be joining the second hour, and it's just good information to highlight the Invictus Games and what games are going to be happening. So it is warming up here in San Carlos. I'm going to sit out in the sun. It's been a little cold here. And we're going to be working on the fundraiser next Saturday, I believe, is the fundraiser. So I will be at a house party. I'll be able to hopefully join in with some information. And again, it will be to Clean Water Foundation, a water unit for either a school or orphanage here in San Carlos, Mexico. So we are moving forward. Pretty exciting. One act of kindness to another.
All right, so for sports that are going to be in the Invictus Games, new ones include alpine skiing and snowboarding, Nordic skiing, the biathlon, skeleton, wheelchair curling, and then in addition to the core Invictus Games sports of indoor rowing, sitting volleyball, swimming, wheelchair rugby, and wheelchair basketball.
Wow, did you say wheelchair curling?
Yes, that's gonna be a new one.
Oh, wow, that's going to be interesting to watch this. So, how can we watch this? How can people follow it?
Uh, I am not sure at the moment. I'm sure. Oh, here we go. We have Bob Holmes joining us.
Marianne, you don't know the gentleman known as Bob Holmes, do you?
Not off the hand.
All right. Well, Marianne, your life will never be the same. Within the next 30 minutes, we're going to transform your life, Marianne, through the world of the youth of our country and the world. Bob Holmes is famous for going on to volleyball courts. And on the other side of the volleyball court, you might see, police, um, you know, people who are police on the other side, or people who are like part of city administration, or you might see a varsity girls basketball team, or you might see a professional football team, six players on one side of the volleyball net, and then on the other side, Bob Holmes. And he wins. He has been doing this for decades, folks, where he takes on people as the one person volleyball team. And he has messages for the youth of our country and for communities all around the world to, do this outreach with Bob Holmes and have the challenge. Who wants to be next to beat Bob Holmes? And I believe, Bob, you haven't been beat by too many people, have you, with volleyball, have you? Are you there, Bob?
Looks like he's connected.
Yeah. Well, we don't know where we're catching up.
Unmute. There we go. I had to unmute. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
good to be here. And my life has been changed since I met Kurt.
Well, very good. It's been quite a week then, eh, Bob?
Oh, it sure has. I just got off the phone with somebody that's trying to get major players to play against me. The top 10 athletes are coming to a conference and to play them. And it's names like, the guy that played Hercules and just a whole bunch of people that are athletes with the top names in the world right now that are still alive. And they've just invited me in June to go to that. But I've played the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills 3 times. There's just eight or 10, 12 of them that have all played me, and I never lost to a pro team. Now I've had over 20,000 games, and when I first started, I had not been on a team of volleyball ever. I just played to get in shape and get rid of back problems, and praying for a way to encourage people across the country. And little did I ever dream that I would go to 6,000 gyms playing. And so 20,000 games and 460 losses in the years that I've done this, which is about 38.
All right, Bob. So what a way to come on to the World Ability Podcast show. We have Marianne who is the biggest contributor in effort. She puts a lot into this show, Bob. We really appreciate Marianne Waikiki. And Bob, we need you to know all about the work that Marianne does and the work product that Marianne has.
I would love to hear that. Absolutely love to hear it.
All right, Marianne, take it away. Make sure Bob does not leave here without knowing everything you do. Bring it in, Marianne. Make sure Bob knows.
Well, hi, aloha, Bob. I'm Marianne Ambrose. I go by Marianne of Waikiki. I'm an author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk manus puppets. The books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch. So if Emily could pull up the Acts of Kindness series website, I could show and display our products. I am launching our fourth book called Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change. And for Clean Water Foundation founder Leon McLaughlin out of Seattle. And Leon brings water units worldwide to schools, clinics, hospitals, countries, and especially the Hopi Navajo in Arizona. So I'm really excited because we're finally editing the book Cool Acts of Kindness featuring Waterflow the whale, who happens to be deaf. And we talk about the history of water, and we have music by Lucy Lynch. So here's our new website created by EC Marketing. And those are the series of the books. The first book is for ocean cleanup. It's called Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring Noah, the hard of hearing whale, who's recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And during his travels down to Hawaii on a Hawaiian vacation, they have a glow in the dark party, and he happens to be injured in a boating accident and he loses his hearing. And what kind of life is he going to have? And he gets rehabilitated in a ship-shaped clinic with Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab. And again, these are all folk manus puppets. They have large puppets, they have mini puppets. The second book is Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. There's Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, who's an interpreter for Harry, the hard of hearing rabbit, with Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee. There is the soundtrack, the musicians. Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins, and Blake's bass music actually helps to heal broken bones, is what I've heard out there. And solfeggio frequencies, and Michael Tenenbaum takes it away as well. And Lucy has an angelic voice. So they have 3 albums. They have all relocated due to COVID. And Lucy and her husband have relocated to Germany, her hometown, and the other on the island. There's me, there's the finger spelling alphabet. That's a glove puppet called Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee. You can go to the YouTube channel and learn the ASL finger spelling alphabet. So, through the help of Fiverr Graphics, we've created Apple app games through the pandemic with the pandemic unemployment assistance that I received, where I met Kurt on the Happy Neighborhood Project as I was a co host. And I volunteered my services as a sign language interpreter through that journey. Kurt and I were following each other all over the world through India, Australia, Canada, USA. We've been all over together, but we have not physically met in person. But we've done a lot of work, and I'm grateful for the support that they have given me the opportunity to present this work that I've created. Now, those are coloring books that are uploaded now. I just received them to view. They're beautiful. They're the 26 letters of the alphabet, and you can color with them. They're all available on Amazon. And the first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, is on Audible. I was able to go into studio in Manoa Valley in Hawaii, where Lucy and the Perfect Wave recorded their albums to record that book in Audible during the pandemic. And so the good news is all classroom teachers in United States of America can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. I had a special education teacher friend request 50 books of underwater acts of kindness for ocean cleanup, and she was funded in 2 weeks. And we want to multiply the acts of kindness. And 2 years ago, Subaru Hawaii donated $25,000 to teachers requesting products. So we're rolling over this year to World Water Day, March 22nd, 2025, to launch our fourth book, Cool Acts of Kindness, with Leon McLaughlin, who is on the cover of Gold Coast Magazine. I've created t-shirts. I have a Shopify store that we're uploading. Again, we're working with Trevor Gibbs as well as EC Marketing, Christian Mendez, who is going through challenges with the California fires. And prayers for everybody out there. There's my deaf friend Scott, who I interpreted for over a decade in Hawaii. We got to do a lot of amazing things. I got to live on a sailboat, and our sail instructor was a chiropractor. So I've had a lot of chiropractic treatment after an auto accident myself. And so I talk about that and using solfeggio frequencies. And I don't know if Emily went down to the next page. So we met Dr. Liddy through Happy Neighborhood Projects. She is our intellectual property attorney that federally trademarked us. So we were waiting for approval. And we are on the World of Ability podcast weekly. So we're keeping that flow going. We're hoping Leon will join us. He happens to be in Hawaii. And this past summer, I applied for Awesome Foundation grant in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I actually won that month. So what we did was we gifted the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind copies of our book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, for Anti-Bullying Month. And Leon was out there to present a water unit with the deaf principal and a stand-in hearing principal and a sign language interpreter. And Kurt and Emily were so kind to help us videotape that. So we have that on Zoom. These are the new t-shirts designs here. They're going to be up on Shopify. So we are following up with the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind. And again, that's Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab. You can go to YouTube, learn the finger spelling alphabet, and then go out and play and go to the Apple app games and test your skills with the characters. And I've created 10 app games as well. That's Greta Gobble on the golf course. And so we got great things. We have books, coloring books, a YouTube channel, Apple app games. And now we're going to be having the t-shirts. And the goal is to bring them into animation movies, as no one has done anything with sign language characters. And the whole series is for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and for climate change. And it's for all ages of the heart. So go out and play is our tagline. There is Leon there with the water units. He's over there creating a Coffee with a Cause fundraiser. I've introduced him to my editor, Lori Barth, and Rio Martel, who is a director, film director in SAG-AFTRA and the movies. And hopefully she'll bring Leon for an interview. And she's also part of the Elks Club, board member. So they're all talking story over there in Honolulu, Hawaii, about doing another fundraiser. And that's Waterflow the Whale, created t-shirts. There's Leon with the water units. And they're going to be opening up these stores called Island Earth that will be carrying the books, coloring books, puppets, and we'll see what happens in 2025. So the good news is Kurt was kind enough to introduce me to Unicorn Universe a couple of weeks ago with Dave Waltzler, and I met with him and we discussed finding a grant to bring these books into animation movies, starting with Cool Acts of Kindness, because they're all in Arizona, and that's where the Hopi Navajo is, and we highlight them in that book. Also, we are going to be writing a proposal to bring them to Netflix. And part of that grant, I also hired Jay Stoyan on the Disability Channel in Toronto. And he interviewed me for the past couple of months in August, September, October. I flew up to Vancouver, Canada, and continued to be interviewed. And my girlfriend Leslie was on Shogun as a makeup artist. She won an Emmy. And her colleague has a sister up there that's a sign language interpreter. So they're going to help us bring our proposal to Netflix. So I'm working on all this. And I'm really excited to move forward because this is the world and we are the good news. And a couple other facts is that there's a 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. And we want to bring these books again into animation movies. So yesterday I sat there and was on YouTube with these speakers talking about all these different grants that are out there in 2025. I sent them to Kurt and Emily so that we can review and see what also we can do and share those with everybody else, such as Awesome Grant Foundation, Awesome Foundation Grant. Everybody can apply. You can receive $1,000. They love giving $1,000 away every month. And they're in different states. They have a disability chapter. They have a on the water chapter and a vegan chapter. So there's a lot of different opportunities for us to get funding and multiply that acts of kindness of just what we did with the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind. We gifted them a water unit value of $150. We gifted them my coloring books and folk manis puppets. And we want to continue to do that with our press release to other deaf and blind schools throughout the 49 states. Again, all classroom teachers can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. So got a lot of win-win things out there. Just got to get everybody going. So nice to meet you. Hopefully Leon will be joining us here. Again, he's in Hawaii, and that's what I have been up to in the last 4 years, chasing Kurt Roscoff around the world with a world of ability. Aloha, I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
There we go. Way to pour it on, Marianne. So, Bob, what do you think about that? Are you ready to do some coloring and play some app games and do the thing with Marianne? What do you think?
I am going to share something from my heart about how much I like the acts of kindness theme. I was at a school and a boy rolled up to me in a wheelchair, and I had just spoken on some things that where students decided they wouldn't end their life and they wouldn't bully anymore and all of that. And he rolled up to me and he said, I lost my father, I lost my mother, I lost my sister this year, and I got paralyzed this year. And I want to be kind to people like you've been in this assembly. And so, needless to say, that boy moved my heart to tears. And what you're doing as a theme, in my opinion, is one of the biggest needs. A girl went in the bathroom, saw her name on the wall, go home and swallow motor oil, light a match to your throat, and blow up because we don't want you at our school anymore. She got so depressed, she went in her bedroom 3 months. 3 months later, she came back, and one girl said hi to her. And she said, that one word, hi, changed my whole life. Talk about a powerful illustration on the kindness of one two-letter word called hi. I was in another school, and a boy was being bullied really bad, and he got outside with a garbage bag full of his stuff. He emptied out his locker, and he was going home literally, he was leaving the school, emptied out his locker, and a boy saw that a windstorm had come and started blowing his things around. So he came running over to him and said, what are you doing? I'll help you get your stuff picked up. So he never told him that he was going to be going home to kill himself. But the boy actually said to the other boy years later, remember when you helped me pick those things up, I was actually going home to end my life. And because you showed the kindness of picking up things that were blowing in the wind, I decided not to kill myself. Can you imagine? And I'm alive today because of the kindness of just picking up some stuff blowing around. So I would like Kurt to figure out how we can have what I'm going to call right now, I'm labeling it right now, eyeballs to eyeballs. In other words, we need to reach our middle and high schools as well as our elementary. And maybe there'd be a way we could team Kurt with high school and middle school kids. Now, she may involve herself with sixth, seventh, and eighth grade also, but a lot of what she's doing would be great for K through fifth grade. And let me bring to the table with these illustrations, the act of kindness is all about what I'm wanting to get across to this generation. And I'm being introduced to a lot of major people that have a lot of contacts, like Trump, for example, has a few contacts. And he's seeing my video in February. And I would just love to see if we could gel together and make it your eyeballs to my eyeballs, mine to yours, and help both causes.
That's what it's all about, Bob. Absolutely. Emily Gomer here, your virtual assistant. She's going to be doing a lot of work to share the information that she's been curating for 5 years of her life, the last 5 years, and maybe even finding a way to bring in stuff from previous to 5 years ago. But what we were just talking about an hour ago in our show business here was Emily sent an email to a gentleman who wanted to know the over 40 things, which now, Bob, your element now gets at, there needs to be an update for this gentleman because Emily did not include your program or anything about Jim's inspiration. So this thing just keeps growing. And I was talking to somebody earlier where, oh, you met her, Bob, Sabrina. And after you left, I talked about how this stuff around Emily and Marianne and me and the Happy Neighborhood Project, Alan Holmes. So Marianne, Alan Holmes is the one who introduces us to Bob Holmes, and we have not figured out yet how the Holmes name is shared between the two of them. But right now they're independent homes that are doing great things in our lives. And so Emily, are you catching this? We're here at the World of Ability podcast. This is the podcast of our resident Emily M. Gomer. She brings to us our OMG EMG component, and she is deep on her phone. She's texting people. She must be so excited about what Bob and Marianne are doing. She's telling the world she can't wait until the show's even over. Emily, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm very happy Bob is here.
So, Emily, are you hearing what we're going to do? We're going to do eyeballs. We're going to do eyeballs to eyeballs, Emily. So, Emily, what that means is that this collective, this ecosystem that we have been building for 5 years together, Emily, is ready to be unleashed to the world. We talked to Jim, who was introduced to us through Bob, and we're going to be using USS whatevers, USS whoever's are going to be the site of events. These ships that are out on the coasts. We're going to go coast to coast, Hawaii, Alaska. We're going to get this nation unified like never before with the likes of Richie Inori, who has unleashed the solution revolution, the birth of a movement. And we're going to be doing these concerts and music festivals. And, I'm here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee brings to the world's largest music festival, Summerfest. And we were talking to our chief happiness officer, Edwin, 8 days ago, who was in Costa Rica. And in Costa Rica, I have learned from Edwin that is the world's longest Christmas experience is in Costa Rica. And their multi-day event last year aggregated 750,000 people, 750,000, 750,000 people. And he reports that he was at the event 8 days ago, and he was talking to us in his event. It was such a big thing. He couldn't even host his own event. He was with us for 5 minutes, and then he had to get back because he said there was like people as far as the eye could see. You would look out to the horizon and you were still seeing people. There was so many people all around. There were so many eyeballs in one place. It was quite a sight. And this is the stuff we're doing. This is God-sized work, people. Our Heavenly Father has brought this down. Manna from heaven is coming upon us to shower us. When we hear all around the world thrive in 25, that is what's happening. Everybody on the planet is meant to thrive. We are working with our friend John Jew from California, who decrees and declares that the world has plenty of nutrition for all people, the 8 billion people on the planet. So we're on a mission to make sure all the people of the planet get decent water, get decent food, can sleep decently, and can have all the basics of life in decent fashion. And we're going to take a year ahead of us, and we're going to get people living such an imbibed and enriched life. Emily, you're not going to believe yourself that you are a part of this, Emily. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Emily?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well,
it'll be exciting, that's for sure.
it will be exciting. It will be exciting. But Bob, do you hear that? That's going to be the reaction of everybody we come to, Bob, because this is unbelievable. People are
Yeah,
going to
and
be,
everybody,
don't know what to
everybody,
do.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. And everybody has their world of influence. For example, if Netflix started getting burdened that more kids tried to kill themselves last year than what died of COVID in the whole world, I believe Netflix would be for this. And what she has done with those books and those series, I mean, when you combine her eyeballs, the Netflix eyeballs, the eyeballs I have through something unique that can create eyeballs to what you're doing, Kurt, and just continue to multiply eyeballs to everybody's cause, so it's a win-win-win all the way around. I'm real excited about it. What talents that you're bringing to the table through people like this.
Yeah, we're going to have so many people involved that people are going to be thinking back to the day of George Bush, George W. Bush, when he talked about a Brazilian people. So we'll have to make sure Brazil is involved in this, Bob. So we can have a
Well, do you know
Brazilian
the guy,
people.
the guy that's actually introducing me to Donald Trump is Gary Pernice, and he's worked under the Bush administration. So, I mean, that's a good illustration.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I've been in talks with people from the Great Discovery. You can go to it by going to thegreatdiscovery.com/KURT for Kurt. You can see my phone number, you can see my email address, you can call me, text me, 262-372-1754. And the email on there is kurtwroskov@gmail, or you can email me, Kurt, KURT, at spiritofthegame.org. And Spirit of the Game is about impact. What an impact that Mariana Waikiki works on every day. What an impact that Bob Holmes makes every day. We are going to spread this around the world. We're going to make sure that all 8 billion people on the planet know, if they want to react to the call, if they want to respond, if they want to reboot their life, if they want to reset their brain, we can get them into every day to make an impact. And we're all around the world making our little impact. And many hands make light work. And we're going to get to people's hands through their eyeballs, like Bob is saying. And we're going to work in a vision that is so strong that people who are blind or visually impaired will see what we're doing, because it's so rich in all of the smells and all of the textures and the touches and the feelings and everything we do, and with all of our senses, including our sixth sense, we're going to get this done. Marianne, what's your reaction to this? We are here in a revolutionary way. What is on your mind, Marianne, as we are coming to a culmination that we are on fire? Are you out there, Marianne? Or did Marianne walk away? There she is.
I'm ready to go out and play as our tagline. I need to get this out into the world. And yeah, so I'm working behind the scenes, and I'm really excited that, again, Kurt, you've introduced us to other people such as the Unicorn Universe, and Dave is really excited to read the books and help us find grants. And it's the next step. It's got to get out there to animation movies. So we need everybody's help, and I'm looking at different grants, and I'm ready to sit and work on that. And also, we're going to be looking at the Great Discovery next month, also to translate the books into 100 different languages. So I got a lot on my plate, but I'm ready to launch. And I'm having great fun just working with my fiber team on all this amazing animation. And every day is a new day to learn something new in the technology and go, this is where it's got to go next. And we can do it. And there's now all this new technology out there that, we can do it as being self-employed, at our level. But the idea is to really put it into Netflix's hand and let them help us bring it to the world with their screenplay writers and their animators and everything. But we also have, Unicorn Universe too in Arizona. They have grant writers too, and the Chandler Film Festival is happening this week, I guess in Arizona, Chandler, Arizona, and it will be happening next year. I guess it's every January. So the universe is opening up doors. And again, we wouldn't know about this stuff if it wasn't for you, Kurt, of continuing to have these weekly podcasts with Sue and Emily, introducing to new and more people every podcast, and bringing more people into content. I want to find out who these athletes are in the Viscous Games. I want to talk to Prince Harry. I want to send Prince Harry my books for his children to read. And so again, we got good things happening. And also too, Bob, I wanted to share with you too. This is, gosh, 2006, I think, when I first moved to Hawaii. Actually, I got to be the sign language interpreter. I volunteered for the deaf surfers at Duke's Ocean Fest. And what a great fun and great joy activities there with everybody participating, different games and activities. They had rolled out the red carpet to the ocean with the people in wheelchairs that were competing and surfing or canoeing. And I got to be featured on ESPN with Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab. This is the start of the creativity. And look how far we've come. And I appreciate everybody for believing in this thought to action. And this was what Source Energy told me this was my next purpose. And again, I know that people are more behind us and to make this happen this year, especially with Clean Water Foundation, Leon McLaughlin. So I can't thank you guys enough for all the networking. And also too, we want to thank Zach Clayton too. This past Christmas, he did a 37-hour marathon where he had Santa Papa John, another person who joins us. He's a social media marketing influencer for the Acts of Kindness series books as he showcased them to children and folk manis. They gave us complimentary puppets. We want to get this out there to the world. So that's where I'm elevated to that next level. As I explained to you, Kurt, this is where it needs to go next. And I'm ready to shift that energy to the world of animation and technology and to the great discovery.
Awesome. And folks, we also are getting together with the founder of BraveHearts TV. We have two of our Bravehearts here right now, Marion Waikiki and Bob Holmes. The bravery that these two have to be a change maker, a change agent, to come into the delicate parts of life and to respond and to do simple things, acts of kindness, saying hi, being available as a person. I had that experience 6 years ago. I came up from out of the lake here in Wisconsin, Pewaukee Lake, west of Milwaukee. And I'm a part of the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. And we were out there with one of our ski club practices. And the group of us skied on in, and I scooped up my skis and I come up on stage and looking around, who's watching? This is practice. And I look out the corner of my right eye and I connected to a pair of eyeballs, eyeball to eyeball, eyeballs to eyeballs. And I'm like, hey, you like anything you're looking at? Do we do anything right? What are you thinking? It struck up a conversation. So Emily is saying she has got to go. But we'll be listening to end live streaming. Thank you, Emily. She is moving on. She is jumping over to an event planning session every year. Emily's a part of a group that puts on the Integral Adult Autism Conference. Maybe Bob will be speaking there. Who knows? We'll see what the time brings us. But with my story, I see this guy by this tree and struck up a conversation. We have a wonderful conversation. I learn a bit about what he does around the lake and his lake living and, his adventures around there. And I'm like, what about joining our ski club? it fell to silence. There was like a for sure 30 seconds of silence, and I persisted. I waited because I asked the question. So the next step is his answer. Well, what he comes up with is, I thought you had to be somebody. Wow. I'll never forget that day, and I'm going to keep telling people many times every year from here on out, because that was instruction like I never had before, that all this stuff we talk about on this show is so great and wonderful. There's a caution that it can get to a point where people don't think that they have access to it. They don't feel that they're privileged enough. They're not someone that gets to do that. So I'm coming in all of my nefesh, everything that I have to offer, to say, when I connect with Bob, I want to uplift Bob and I want to amplify it. My number is 33. When I get with Marianne and I think of everything she's doing and all the reaches and all her life and everything she has, I'm working with Marianne to get 33 times expansion, 3,300% growth, more eyeballs to this whole thing, acts of kindness. And with Bob, I'm here to offer you 33 times growth. In all the big numbers that you're achieving, we're going to go 33 times more than what you've ever done in your life. And we're going to do this because we're the directory of directories. We're the network of networks. And everybody wants to be that. Everybody wants to be the umbrella element. So we're going to have umbrellas of umbrellas. It's going to be so abundant. We're going to bring an experience that we're going to sit there many times like, wow, this is heaven on earth. Now, we're not waiting for this. We have a group that every morning, the Motivation Readers Mastermind Network, where every morning, Tuesday through Saturday, we remind each other, it's another amazing day in paradise. It is. This world and our creation, everything was established. This is our paradise, folks. We bring it out of each other and we bring it out with Mother Nature. We bring it out environmentally friendly, all of the elements, all of the precious metals, everything that this world has, and the universe with space travel and everything. This is paradise, folks. This is heaven on earth. Doggone it. Let's get to it. Bob, what are you thinking?
Absolutely love it. I just think there's so many ways to go forward, and everybody's, again, has a world of eyeballs on them and what they're doing, and gonna of course cross over to everything that you're doing, both with veterans. And I'm working with a guy right now that's connected with 3 million vets in America, through some gigantic leader that oversees all the vets in Washington. So there's just so many people that I'll have you meet over time here, and just real grateful.
Absolutely. And I know Marianne's always grateful, always living each day in gratitude. I appreciate every single conversation I have with Marianne. And Bob, you are my newfound friend, my newfound best friend. And we're going to lock arms and we're going to create magic together. And we're going to, work through, our Savior and our Heavenly Father and everything that, we are inspired and called to do. And we're going to do something that you and I are going to surprise each other, what we attract and what's out there. I've been given a sense of there's just so many people ready to come out of their own little echo chamber bubble, their own little work in their corner of the world. And when all these corners are put together, it's going to be a geometric mystery. Like, how do you describe all these corners of the world coming together all at once? It's like the idea that there's so many corners that we're back to that it's round. So this is going to be amazing, folks. We are at the conclusion time of the World of Ability podcast, and this is the way I love it, folks. Because I don't know about you, but I'm on the edge of my feet to know that we have brought Marianne Waikiki and Bob Holmes together. Go out and play. And who's going to be the next one to beat Bob Holmes? That's the Kurt Roscoff Challenge, the Special K way. Because remember, my nickname is Special K. I'm here to brighten up your day. So let's get underway. This is the conclusion of the show, but it's time for you to go and to go out and play and to think about, boy, what would it be to be on that volleyball court with Bob Holmes and to be with 5 people and to see if we could beat Bob. We're going to have people ringing. We're going to have call centers. There's going to be so many people wanting to beat Bob. And it's all for our kids. And we have our friend Jim who's going to get us with, military and veterans. And we're going to be out at all these properties and everything that our tax dollars have pounded trillions of dollars into. We're going to bring that investment and that return on investment to life. And we're going to accomplish peace on earth. I want everybody to chant that. I want to get 8 billion people on the planet. We are bringing peace on earth. Folks, I'm Kurt Roskoff, aka Special K. My phone number is 262-372-1754. Email me, kurt@spiritofthegame.org. I will help you in Kurtimer service. I leave the cussing to you. Until next time, we're looking forward to having you next week. And Emily's got programming all week long. She's got 16 shows. She's got on LinkedIn, 10 plus shows she's showing you every week to try to keep up with her. Emily's blazing a trail. OMG, EMG. We got Marion Waikiki, Bob Holmes here, and this is just a sample of the great smorgasbord of contacts that we have out there in all these networks, and we're going to bring it together because together we will get this done. Peace, everyone. That's it for now, and we're going to hop off here. And Bob, you're welcome to stay. Marianne, we can have a little post-show coordination here, but we're waiting for Emily to catch on too. It's time to end the live stream here. I'll narrate. I'm not seeing Emily end it now, but trying to see
So
if
I encourage you, Bob. Bob, I encourage you to go on Awesome Foundation. They have a disability chapter, and you can share what you're doing. Tell us about your awesome project. Tell us how you use the money and upload